Living every day knowing that your cancer can come back at any time, it's honestly always in the back of my mind. I think about cancer every day. I do. You just have to live your life and live each day to the fullest, and I'm a positive person and try to be as positive as I can be, but you always have that in the back of your head that could it come back, would it come back? You just never know.
We got married older in life. We loved to travel and do a lot of things around town, and she was very busy in the bank. I was very busy with engineering, so life was busy at that time with work. Really not a care in the world, just living that life as a young couple, just not so young.
I had been having headaches and ringing in my ears for about 2 weeks. Dr. Livingston ran all the tests on me, and he said, Marnie, I cannot find anything wrong with your hearing, but it really bothers me that you're having these symptoms. I'm referring you over to Dr. Schaefer. And he said, so we're doing an MRI, and I'll never forget it. It was 11:15 in the morning, and he said, we found a tumor.
We knew it wasn't good. Saw the results, and then at that point, he reached out to this brain surgeon, and he says, I want you to go talk to him, and you need to go down to Miami.
Dr. Komatar is truly amazing, and we met with him, and he said, Marnie, I got this. He said, so we are going to do an awake craniotomy, which means you're going to be awake the entire time. And it was initially supposed to be a 3 to 4 hour surgery. It ended up being 7 hours. But I remember about halfway through, and I just said, Dr. Komatar, I'm so tired. He said, Marnie, you're doing great. It's just going to take a little bit longer. I said, has anyone told my family that I'm okay? We sent 2 of the nurses out, and they went to the waiting room, and my husband and my family, and my mom tells me that Todd was in the corner, just having a really hard time. I was so thankful to all of them. The next morning, they did an MRI, and I want to say it was probably around 5 a.m. Came back, and Dr. Komatar said, you're good. If you can get up and you can walk, he said, I'm discharging you. And I said, what? You're discharging me? And I just had brain surgery yesterday? And he said, yes. And he said, you're good. So I was discharged at 11:15 that morning. Through this entire experience, the radiation to my head was the worst. They make a mask that is fitted to your face. So when you go in for radiation, they lay you on the table and they lower the mask on you, and then they have to bolt it down, to the table, and the mesh mask is pressed against you. It was so tough. At the time, I felt like my hair was my identity. I felt like my hair was me. After I was through chemo and radiation, I had to go down to my neuro-oncologist in Miami. Dr. De La Fuente explained to me that, we've got to monitor you to make sure that nothing comes back. When I got to my 5 years, I said to Dr. De La Fuente, I'm so excited. I've gotten to my 5 years. I just feel like I'm cancer-free. And she said, unfortunately, brain cancer isn't like breast cancer. Brain cancer can come back at any time for any reason. You just kind of keep it in the back of your head that you've got to live each day to the fullest because you don't know what tomorrow is going to bring. Cancer has changed me so much. Everything that I used to worry about, I don't worry about anymore. After my cancer, I felt like I wanted to start a memory wall. All of my favorite memories and things that meant so much to me, and it just kind of built from there. It just makes me so happy to walk down and, see this every day. After I went through all of my treatments and I was on the mend, we had a party, brought out so many people that I haven't seen in so long after going through my cancer journey. Everyone at the party was wearing these that night. It says Marnie Strong on it, and then the other side says brain cancer awareness. It was just such a special thing. All of my family, to this day, a lot of them still wear their bracelets, and everyone just wrapped their arms around me and said, You've got this. My husband is my everything. He's just my rock.
If you don't have somebody who's dealing with cancer, you're out of that world. You know it's around and you know people who have it, but when it affects you that drastically, you absolutely want to help and try to give back for people who just get that lightning strike, that all of a sudden one day they're good, the next day, them and the entire family, their life has changed forever. You heard our oncologist, who's like a family member to us, Dr. De La Fuente, she'd been researching her tumor type. They actually have a protocol now, going to be putting it on the market in 2024. It's been 2 decades since they've had a new protocol for brain tumors. That never could have happened without having that research and having that funding and having people aware of it to fund it.
Marnie now, she's happy. I'm in real estate with my mother and my niece. Absolutely love it. Living a great life and with my wonderful husband. So happy where I'm at today and so thankful. Look forward to tomorrow.